What's happening? You're rocking with your homie Justin Luvv, Throwback 105.3, Columbus to Throw Biz Zach. Also 106.7 The Beat, also 97.9 WNCI. You know how we do. As I tell you all the time, my friends are way cooler than yours. Perfect example. My dog, my homie, since what, 2000, 2001? Ouch, dang, we really that old, bro?
Since
Really? Really?
forever, bro.
Oh
Forever.
my, oh my
FOF.
gosh. Look, this dude knew just in case. It's my
See,
it's
I forgot
my
about
homie. Oh my gosh, my homie
from
Jimmie Bell. What up, bro?
what's up? What's up from just in case to Justin Love.
Two V's, two V's. Go ahead, say it. Two V's.
What's going on, big dog?
Hey, bro, look, man. I don't know about you, but I feel that every year around this time, everybody says, tell me if I'm wrong, because you're the expert. I defer to you. But, bro, every year around this time, they're like, yeah, this is the team. This is the team that's going to take it. This is the team that's going to win the national championship. This is the team that's going to win and go undefeated. I'm sorry. I feel like they say that every year. But for some reason, even though we lost Marvin Harrison Jr., and Kyle McCord, which Kyle can, I'm cool with that. Peace out, dog.
Leave Kyle alone, man. Stop
Okay.
abusing Kyle.
Okay. Well, he can, yeah, I'm good. They say this is really going to be the year. What do you think, bro?
I think the possibilities are as good as ever, or good as
Mm-hmm.
any other season. To be honest with you, sometimes it's you got to watch. At least I watch how even get into fandom.
Yeah.
Ohio State is a very privileged, entitled environment because
Mm.
we don't ever lack talent.
Okay. Yeah.
So to say we don't have the talent or
Mm.
another team is more talented than us, that's absolutely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's just
Mm-hmm.
the possibility of if one team having so much more talent than us, that's just not the truth. I think the difference is
Mm.
in this time of NIL as well as transfer portal, Ohio State this year specifically has made some really um, pretty groundbreaking moves where
Like
people have
what?
transferred in with the transfer portal, as
Okay.
well as the disclosure of the probability of the NIL money in its error.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State is always going to be the most dynamic in really in any level of athletics. We may not win it all, but when it comes to athletic department and ingenuity
Mm-hmm.
and creativity, we're going to lead the curve. So
Mm-hmm.
honestly, Jay, we're in the same, not all schools can say we can reset and have an expectation to win it all every year,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And
That's
this
fair.
is just another one of those years.
Okay. All right, that's fair. I mean, talk to me about NIL and the transfer portal and all that. Is it good or bad for college football, in your opinion?
I think it's incredible. One is because I think it gives the power back to the families and the kids. And
Okay.
ultimately, that's actually what the value of a college experience is about, right? To be honest, we
Mm-hmm.
say it's amateurs, right? So why aren't we putting the kids in the best position for success? I've never been the pay to play guy. That's not been my thing. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't get paid and we didn't starve. Believe me, I'm 350. I'm eating everything I see like Pac-Man. Starved
I've seen
along
you
the
do
way,
it too. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? So it's not a matter of getting, but I think for the fans, the general atmosphere, the get off my
Mm-hmm.
lawn guy, the
Mm-hmm.
guy who hasn't accepted mumble rap but still believes Rakim is the
Mm-hmm.
best rapper of all time.
I like how you say Rakim anyway. Yeah.
He's gonna he's gonna have for the Beastie Boys is your favorite group. That was stereotypical, but
Yeah.
uh,
Shot taken.
but they're gonna have a hard time with it and
Mm-hmm.
how they operate and how they justify it. I don't think they like it because they don't like control. Fans like control.
Mm. Okay.
Coaches like control.
Mm-hmm.
Institutions like control,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to other people being in control of their own destiny. So I'm an NIL dude all day. I think
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason I shouldn't at the minimum be able to participate in the
Mm-hmm.
financial institution of my own person.
Mm-hmm.
And then transfer portal, man, there's a million different reasons that a kid doesn't fit into an organization. Why should
Mm-hmm.
he not have an opportunity the same way coaches have an opportunity to do what's best for themselves? How
That's
come
fair.
kids can't do what's best for themselves also?
Right. Um, As far as on the financial element of NIL, though, you don't think that the trade off of the college education is enough for an athlete?
If all things were equal, absolutely. But
Hmm.
we're not talking about equality. We're talking about a multi-billion going on $1 trillion industry.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
and if I'm contributing from this an entertainment perspective to the $1 trillion, the $1 billion, then it's not out of the question that I be in a position to reap the value for myself
Hmm.
of that. You see what I'm saying? I should be able to
Okay.
dictate what the value of that relationship should be. So
Okay.
yeah. So if all things were equal, absolutely. But all things aren't equal. There's a ton of people making money that ain't seen no parts of the field. There's not seeing any
Hmm.
parts of coaching. There's not seeing
Yeah.
any parts of these programs.
If I remember correctly, it was, I don't know if this is still a rule, but at one point Ohio State would not allow freshmen to have a car. Is that right on campus?
I think that was a rule. I don't think that was a. I think that was an institutional rule. I don't think that
Okay.
was. You see what I'm saying? I don't think that was
Okay.
an NCAA rule or anything like that. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I
Got
think
you.
what happens is you create these programs are always going to create rules to 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 matriculate anyone as well as especially these kids into the
Hmm.
best space of success,
Hmm.
especially if their success is tied to your success, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't want to, in my brain, I'm believing that they're saying I don't want a kid with a car on campus because what comes with that and the responsibility can actually end up being distracting.
Mm. Okay. Okay. That's fair. And then we talk about that transfer portal. I don't know, man. Just a part of me likes it because it provides opportunity. A part of me doesn't because I feel that it can distract from, I don't know, for lack of better terms, loyalty. And I think we all know in business in general, there is not much loyalty at all. And we know that that's what this is within the college institution, within the NCAA. I don't know. I just, a part of me likes it because it's providing opportunity. A part of me doesn't because it doesn't require a young person to stick in it and to stick with something and to stay dedicated and loyal to their decision.
Yeah, it most certainly does. You have other business ventures. You have
Hmm.
other business ventures outside of you being a super dope DJ, right? Or a
Hmm.
rock jock. Can I call you a jock?
You call me Rock Jock.
Rock jock? You a rock jock.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, that
but this is
happened.
the deal. You
Uh-huh.
you are actually even more committed to the opportunities that are tied to the finances
Hmm.
of the partnership in which you agreed to. Would you
Hmm.
agree?
Yeah, I
You see what
would.
I'm saying? So I think even these ideas that we come up with, they can surely get disvalidated with the logic if we're if we can find a way to take our micromanaging out of it, right?
Okay.
College athletics as well as particular players, they have a significance to us, and they've been allowed to have a significance to us, and we don't
Hmm.
want that disrupted by any means, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
so we're gonna find. Listen, I was in the court the other day, and this doctor got on the stand and said that this kid showed a history and a habit of not taking particular medication, right?
Okay.
But the kid is 22. He's been on medication since 4,
Hmm.
and there's only been 3 to 4 times documented that he's haven't taken his medication.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. You froze on me, bro. He's frozen. He's frozen, Jimmie. Jimmie's frozen. All right, so something happened to Jimmie's phone. It's probably because he still has a green bubble. But anyway, we won't talk about that. You don't want to convert to the blue bubble nation, which you should probably consider and think about since your phone just died. So there's that. What were you saying?
Well, I have an adult phone, and sometimes you probably have
Oh,
an iPhone. Are you an
mhm.
iPhone?
No, I have an adult professional iPhone. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Childish.
Well, I mean,
Um,
you can call it childish if you want,
and
but see, my stuff all ties together. I can be on the computer, I can be on the tablet, or I can be on the phone, and all the information integrates. And my stuff doesn't die in the middle of a conversation. So let's talk about the rest of this football stuff here. Let's talk about this Saturday. The Buckeyes kicking up the season against the Akron Zip.
the Kangaroos.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. We can do better. Um, Look, the spread is crazy on this. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just have a funny feeling. The spread is always crazy on these mismatches, as they say. Um, is there any reason at all that we should be on upset alert? Maybe this is another Appalachian State kind of a thing. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, not even close. You got to realize Appalachian
Okay.
is a great analogy, but Appalachian State had a dope program. Even though
Okay.
they were the underdog, they were undersized and all of that. At
Yeah.
the level they were at the time, it was Division 1 AA. They had a dope program. They were a strong program. Well,
Hmm.
well, Akron doesn't have a strong program. they don't have a strong program. Sometimes they have decent players. Now one thing that I'll say about this is the
Hmm.
transfer portal makes a lot of these teams a little more relevant than they normally would be, because now
Why
they can
so?
go out and get some more mature players that maybe want a different environment or things aren't working out. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? As
Okay.
opposed to having to work exclusively with the guys that you recruited. Now, with
Okay.
that being said, that ain't gonna help Akron, right? I think whatever the spread is over 50, they're gonna try not to score 70.
Mm.
You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? We have a legitimate pound for pound. We not only so we got two different things going on here.
Yeah.
We have arguably probably the best on paper defense in the country.
Hmm.
And then we definitely have one of the best assembled offenses. I'm not saying
Okay.
the best offense with all the best players. I think we have one of the best, two of the best running backs. I think we have one of the best wide receivers. There's a probability of another. I think we have one of the best offensive linemen. But I do think that
Hmm.
everything fits. Ryan Day did a great job on the offensive side of bringing in coaches with
Hmm.
Chip Kelly,
Hmm.
with bringing in talent
Hmm.
that's going to make the engine run. Is Howard going to be the best quarterback? Is he the best quarterback right now? No, he's not. I think he's still going to
Mm.
be in the Heisman race, because I think the things that Coach Chip Kelly's going to do with him are going to put up some very, very profound, incredible numbers. And I think Ohio
Hmm.
State's going to win. And those are the two of the three formulas that you need to even be considered in the Heisman. You need to be on a winning program, and
Hmm.
your numbers have to look a certain way.
And doesn't he
So
have a chip on his shoulder too? Because he was not chosen to be the starter at Kansas State, and that's why he transferred, right? So, I mean, I would think he's got kind of a chip on his shoulder to kind of prove them wrong. Almost kind of what happened with when, oh gosh, what's his name? Transferred to LSU and did everything. Plays for
Joey
the
Burrow, well,
Bengals.
no, it's a little
Freaking
bit different.
okay,
I don't think he wasn't chosen. I think he had done a good job in 2 years of being the guy.
okay.
and and Ohio State kind of wooed him over, which I thought was unusual, because with everybody pounding on Kyle being his first year, and he actually
Hmm.
did a decent job, you got a guy who's going to be in your
Hmm.
system for the second year. You have to
Okay.
consider that he's going to improve, right? He didn't have a bad year. People just was on him. Like he couldn't do anything right, because if it wasn't perfect, it was wrong. Well, give a guy the
Mm.
next year. So now we substitute him to bring in a guy who's never, like, he's first to our program, obviously,
Right.
and he hasn't played Big Ten, big time
Right.
big money, prime
Right.
time
Right.
football. He hasn't
Yep.
played against those players. He hasn't
Hmm.
played with those type of players. So now we have more faith in him than we did Kyle coming back and progressing for a second year. That's why I've always said I always thought last year was weird because it felt as if Coach Day just didn't like Kyle. And I
Why?
think whenever I don't know. I don't know. So the projection ended up
Hmm.
being fans' reality, right? So
Okay.
the projection that the leader gave to the fans and the media about Kyle, the fans start believing it. They literally start calling this dude trash who was undefeated up until the last game of the season.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
He had dang near over 2,000 something yards passing, or maybe
Hmm.
three.
Hmm.
Right? How many touchdowns did he have? You see what I'm saying? So he
Okay.
actually had a more than solid season, but they just didn't like him. I just don't think they liked him. I don't know why. They liked a guy like Will Howard better.
But could he have done just as well? I mean, he had the best receiver in the country, bro. So I mean, I don't know. I feel
Absolutely.
like you could take an average or a mediocre quarterback, give him Marvin Harrison Jr., and of course he's going to put up numbers. He's got freaking Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay, but Justin, name me a quarterback that doesn't have a great receiver that didn't have good numbers. It's a falsality. It's a
Mm.
falsality to think that Joey Burrow didn't blow up because he just threw to nobody. It's a falsality to believe that
Okay.
anyone in the league is throwing to nobody and they're having incredible numbers. You see what I'm saying? You see
Okay.
how the narrative, but again, that narrative comes from the lack of protection of McCord. Kyle
Okay.
wasn't protected by the leadership. He created and allowed the narrative to
Hmm.
matriculate through the fandom. For some, you know what I'm saying? So when you say, well, anybody could do that with Marvin Harrison. Okay, name me a quarterback that killed it without anybody. Cam Newton
I mean,
in
Cam was more of
college,
a Cam was more of a runner anyway. I mean, he was kind of
but
a dual threat guy, but
he
still,
killed it in college. I'll give him credit for that. I'll give him credit for winning. But
yeah,
he may have been Vince Young,
Cam or
maybe,
Vince Young, right?
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
There's not many guys that were awesome without some supporting players.
yeah,
It
yeah.
just
Okay,
doesn't happen,
that's fair.
right?
That's
So
fair.
so you feel what I'm saying? And
I
and
do.
and
Yep.
and think about it. William didn't come in and just absolutely murder the game.
Mm,
And I pray for the homie. I hope he does incredible. I'm just being from a very honest analyst, critical perspective.
yeah.
He didn't come in and just absolutely dominate the position. They just
Hmm.
named him the starter.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And that's with understanding that there were definitely some underserved guys that weren't as good. Think about it. We
Hmm.
pounded Cal last year, and look what we did in the game with Missouri when the other guys had a shot to play. We
Yeah.
got murdered, right?
Destroyed.
We
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
handed in Cal for Will Howard. He comes in, and you would think, man, this guy has to be amazing. Well, he didn't win the position.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? He didn't
I do.
dominate the position enough for it to be his. So when you think about all of those things, you think, man, was Kyle perfect? Nah, he wasn't perfect, but he wasn't trash the way that people tried to
Mm.
convince us to believe that he was trash.
Mm.
It's just
Okay.
not the narrative. It's not true.
Okay. Okay. Did Ryan Day make a mistake by not hiring an offensive coordinator till now?
I don't know if Ryan totally had the choice. You got to think about
Okay.
Ryan's journey. It was weird.
Hmm.
Ryan was being groomed to be an offensive coordinator, not a head coach, right?
Okay.
So
Right.
when he
That's
took
true.
the position, I think he took the position with them believing, hey man, we need you to manage what Coach Meyer put in place. So for
Right.
about 2 to 3 years, he didn't make any of those major decisions. The first major decision that they allowed him to make, I
Okay.
think, in his fourth year or his
Hmm.
third year was the defensive coordinator, right?
Right. Right.
After that showed to be successful, the next year is when they allowed him to really shake it up.
Okay.
And then this year,
Hmm.
they even allowed him to do even more with the transfer portal, with NIL. Well, he can't do anything with NIL, but the influence,
Right.
the influence of
Yeah.
NIL. as well as
Yeah.
hiring Chip Kelly, who's he's a dope but controversial figure.
What's
So
controversial
I
about him? I
think,
didn't know that.
well, when he went to the league, there was some, there was some bigoted activity
Okay.
that preceded
Okay.
him when he was with the and I say bigoted activity. I don't think he's a bigot. I don't know him to be a bigot, but the
Okay.
activity is such,
Okay.
right? When
Okay.
when you know when you fire everybody on the team, but you keep the guy who screamed the N-word at a country concert to the
Right.
to
Right.
the
Okay.
to
Yep. I remember
security
that now.
people.
Yep.
You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But there was
Mm-hmm.
some other things. If anybody that's listening to this, if you do your research on why people had an issue with with Chip Kelly, it's notably documented from the guys who used to play for him at the Eagles.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
Okay. Yeah.
so sometimes when that type of stuff follows or precedes a coach, he generally doesn't get all the chances that may be awarded to his genius,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Sure.
So when he got hired, I knew from a X's and O's perspective he'd be incredible, but
Mm-hmm.
from a locker room perspective, from a relationship perspective,
Mm-hmm.
I was a little weary.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Wow. Yeah. That I ain't gonna cap, bro. I really, I'm not into X's and O's like you, and I forgot all about that with Chip Kelly. But yeah, that
Yeah,
now you say
and
that,
and
man.
guys are when you listen to LaShawn McCoy and Deshaun Jackson and some other
Mm-hmm.
guys,
Mm-hmm.
Vince Young,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, whoa, what the heck was going on over
Mm.
there? Like it was
Wow.
wild over there. You know what I'm saying from
Wow.
that
Yeah.
perspective. But some of that's ignorance, right? Some of that is cultural
Mm-hmm.
ignorance, and everyone has it,
Yeah.
right? European looking people have it when it comes to melanin people. Melanin people have it when it comes to European looking people. And you
Mm-hmm.
can't say that especially in this country, because a lot of experiences are based upon color culture, right?
Right.
It's not even
Sure.
based upon
Sure.
ethnicity culture. It's
Yeah.
color culture.
Yeah.
And
I
and and
agree.
unless and you can say you understand, I can say I understand all I want, but if I'm not European walking down the neighborhood of a predominantly black neighbor, I don't know what that's like.
Right.
And and a European can't say that they know what it feels like to be a melanin kid in a predominantly European looking school.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
You can
Because
comprehend it, but you don't understand. You never
you
lived
don't
it. So
because you can't
yeah.
feel it.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
empathize with it,
I
but you
agree.
can't. You
Right.
can't. You can't. So
It's
so
impossible.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impossible. I would venture to believe that it was more just in the cultural ignorance perspective.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But listen, you're a leadership position. But this is the thing: you're in a leadership position with
Mm-hmm.
a very distinguishable culture clientele.
Right.
If you want to be involved in that culture, then you would think that I'm gonna bust my tail to be
Mm.
relevant.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
bust my tail to at least understand. I may not even
Mm-hmm.
agree,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna make sure I understand because I need to get the maximum productivity out of my people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. There's you got to at least meet people halfway, if you will, and show that they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right?
100%, bro, and that's life.
You daggone right, man. Hey, the spread for the Akron game is 48 and a half.
Oh, that's low,
48
bro. I take that. I take
48.
that money all day.
Really? Wow, that's
I take that
crazy.
money all day. I take that
Oh
money
my
all day.
gosh. Whew.
Big time.
Jeez. What are your thoughts on everybody talking about Jeremiah Smith? What are your thoughts on Jeremiah Smith?
I think it's incredible, bro. Hey, bro, I'm a celebrator, and and
Mm-hmm.
and I think the conversation alone. This is how special the conversation is.
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced two people that at freshman at Ohio State University
Mm-hmm.
not only playing is one thing,
Mm-hmm.
but being the best,
Mm-hmm.
that's something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Orlando Pace and Corey Stringer are two people that came in as freshmen and were damn near the best at their position.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. And for this guy to be one of those guys that they're talking about. He's a true freshman, and they're literally talking about the probability of this guy being the best wide receiver we have. Understand, Brian Hartline has recruited in the past 4 to 5 years the top 2 to 3 wide receivers in the entire country.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this kid comes in, 2 of those guys are still at Ohio State University. This guy comes in, and they're saying that there's a probability that he's the best wide receiver we have. That's celebratory, bro.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't know, man. Like Brian Hartline, I feel has really done more for the program than a lot of coaches I've seen in a long time. I mean, he's a genius when it comes to that wide receiver spot, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and he has what it takes, and he knows how to articulate it. He knows how to relate. A lot of guys are very smart. They don't know how to relate, right? They don't know how to articulate and get guys to, one, they don't know how to get guys to trust them enough to come to their school. And 2, even when they're coaching them, it's not always easy to disseminate that information so that people can understand it and then regurgitate it on the field. It's just super tough. And Brian is a genius at that. He has done that from a genius. Brian's the type of dude that'll probably be the best at a coach and never be a head coach.
Why would he never be a head coach? It does, but why would he be a head coach?
Well, because I'm not saying he won't. I said he'll probably be best at just coaching than being a head coach.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because they're all different positions.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like a head coach is literally a CEO, a manager of everybody. A defensive coordinator is responsible for one side of the ball. Well, being a very particular coach to a group of people, that's totally, it's all different.
Being the head coach, you have to juggle everything as opposed to just where you can have a focus. Yeah. Okay. No, that makes 100%. Sense. That makes sense.
100%.
What are you looking forward to? What are you looking for in this game against Akron?
I'm looking forward to see how the offense gels with Chip Kelly. And I'm not looking for the point. I'm looking for the confidence. I want to see a very distinct confidence up front with the offensive line. I want to see that they have the confidence and almost the a-holeness to dominate.
Okay.
Right? But
we need that swag.
I got to see it because we haven't had that. That toughness is what's going to take us over the top. And in my opinion, we haven't had the articulation of that type, that over the top SOB type toughness.
Yeah.
In quite some time. And that's on the offensive side. On the defensive side, I'm looking for the defense to dominate the same way, but I need the defense to make some plays. I need my defensive linemen to have a couple sacks. You see what I'm saying? I need my interior linemen to have a couple sacks. I don't want you to just be solid.
Okay.
I want you to get some sacks. I want you to get back there and be disruptive. That's what I'm looking for.
Make your presence felt.
Up front on both sides of the ball.
Yep. Love it. Give me a score, man.
Oh, you're gonna make me give you a score. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do, people. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm not gonna give you my formula, but I'm gonna calculate my formula right in front of you.
Do it in your head?
Do it. No, I got my calculator out. I literally got my calculator. So I'm gonna do my formula right here, and I'm gonna do it with verbal expression. So bing, bam, boom, flippity splow, flack.
So I got a calculator.
Bling, zippity doodah, zippity doodah.
Yeah, we can't have Siri or Alexa to do this.
Slam plus ziggity. 65-3.
65-3.
65-3. And this is the deal, J Love.
Okay.
And City gonna get on this too. We're gonna take a calculation of who's the closest. We got to figure out what that means. We got to come to an agreement on whose scores are going to be the closest from week to week. And every week we're gonna we're gonna put it who's going to, at the end of the season, this is what we'll do. The winner has to buy dinner for the other individual.
Just
for
any
the other
food.
two.
You said food. Just any food?
Okay. The choice, thank you for being articulate and honorable.
Yeah.
Because you could have waited till you lost.
No, because I know City
and tried to
just buy me some White Castles. You know what I'm saying? And I don't
take
eat
me to
them.
White Castles. I was literally going to say. Take me to White Castle.
Nope. I ain't trying to stank up nothing. Nope.
so of the other individual's choice.
Okay. All right. All right. So you got 65-3. I'm gonna say 47-3.
Oh yeah, you ain't gonna be in there, arena. Give me that money back, baby. I'll get first week. Yeah, I'll get first week easy.
47-3 is what I got.
I'll get first week easy. Appreciate you, baby.
All right. We'll see. Okay.
Thank you, J Love. J Love, you're very gracious.
We'll get City's prediction here in a little bit. All right, bro.
Absolutely.
Hey man, how do we tap in with you? What's popping with Jimmie Bell?
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, if you guys aren't doing anything on Saturday, come out to Gala Social Park. Doug Worthington and myself. I have a show every Monday and Thursday called The Know-It-Alls. I call it Second Breakfast. So we're doing it at 11 o'clock, not early, not late, and not in the noon. We're going to do it on Second Breakfast, 11 o'clock. We do it all online. Okay. But come out on Saturday at Gala Social Park. We're doing a tailgate. We'll actually have the Know-It-Alls. Doug Worthington will be with me. We'll be giving prizes. We'll be giving gifts. Come on out. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a party. We're going to celebrate the Buckeyes to victory. Now, we'll be doing this 2 hours before every single Ohio State game. So tomorrow, come check us out at 1:30. I believe the doors open up.
So that's Gala Park. That's 2 hours before every game, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's 2 hours before the game, and that's every game. It's not just home game. That's every game. Every
single game, that's what we'll be.
Okay. All right. Give me the socials, man. How we tap in?
My social Instagram, Jimmie Bell Empowers. YouTube, the Know-It-Alls. Facebook, Jimmie Bell, as well as the Know-It-Alls. Hey man, that's CTE. When you bang so much, you gotta stop. Like to say Justin Love. I know we gotta say Justin.
Wait, what's
Love? Justin Love. Yeah. Justin Love. Justin Love. That was the pause.
Did you want to give that Black Planet also?
Freaking hysterical, bro.